Welcome all to the weekly outlook. Burn here from EWPRO. Getting straight into the weekly outlook, starting with the DXY on the daily. Nothing's changed. I've been waiting for this wave here to finish. Then there's two scenarios. This either keeps on going down to this 161.8 and this turns motive. This here turns motive and we get 5 down, or what I've been looking at is we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm looking for 3 up in here, or possibly 5, before we get the A, B, C. So I am looking for upside. Just waiting for this to be finished down in here. It's still looking rather corrective. For more downside, we're not getting no nice impulse up. We're getting all this bullish divergence, but there's just no buy set up on it. In fact, I think there was a sell set up. There was a bear hidden in here. There was a bear hidden in here to go and break that low. That's broken the low now. We're getting even more bullish divergence. So ideally, I mean, on the lower time frame, we may get a bullish flag in here you could take, but more than likely it's just an A, B, C, and then more downside. I'm not convinced that we're going to go up from here. I'm not convinced that wave down is actually finished. I'll just quickly have a look on the M15. Yeah, no, I would leave it alone. There's really not much on it at all at this stage. I've got slow internet. So AU, it's pretty much played out. We're looking for that A, B, C. It's just about up to that 100 fib now. We got bearish divergence between the A and the C. This may, this can keep on going as well. This may turn motive and go up to this 161.8, give us a X2 or wave 4, and then you get a wave 5 up. So there's two scenarios here. We either fall over from here, or this goes up to the 161.8 and this turns motive or impulsive. H4, we were looking for more upside. We got that. There is starting to be bearish divergence in here, so it's not it's definitely not the ideal time to be buying. We're at that 100 fib, so more than likely that will see a little bit of resistance. There's really not much on it. Like, I'd be looking for a sell. There was a bull hidden in here, and it's broken the top, and we're getting more bearish divergence. So, I definitely wouldn't be looking for the buy, and there is no sell. For the sell, you want a nice impulse down, a bearish correction, and then you could look for at least 3 down. But we simply don't have that. And, with all this bearish divergence, I wouldn't be looking for buys at this stage, Very slow internet for some reason. So you'll just have to bear with me. Here we go. So this in here, we were looking for that A, B, C. This has gone way past 100 fib. This has gone way past 100 fib and even past the 123.6. But, overall, we're starting to get bearish divergence. So, and even on the lower time frames, we were, Not sure why I've got such slow internet, but that's all I can do. So this was looking bullish. We got another one up in here. We're getting all that bearish divergence again now. So it's not really the time to be buying unless you're just scalping up the top here. Oh, come on, internet. So we're getting that bearish divergence. So it's definitely not the time to be buying. Even the H1, we're getting a lot of bearish divergence in here as well. So ideally, we get a nice impulse down and a bearish setup, and we can look for at least 3 down. Other than that, yeah, I'm not looking for the buys up here. If you're looking for the buys up here, you're just scalping on the lower time frames. EU on the daily. So we finally got this wave C up. We got that, so I'm looking for this wave C down, this larger C down. We got the 5 up like we were looking at. We were looking at the 5 up here. This has broken the ending point of wave 3 over here. It hasn't got it to our targets yet, and it may not, because this is looking very, very choppy. Again, if you're not in the trade already, there's nothing you can do here. We're at the end of a wave 5. We're getting that bearish divergence, so there's nothing to trade. You're pretty much sitting on the sideline waiting for a sell setup. But there's nothing to say that this wave 5 is over yet. This can be some sort of a flat in here, and it goes up and breaks the top. And I suspect that's what'll happen. Even though this is looking rather bullish still, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get another spike up. And yeah, the two targets have been there for a while, that 123.6 and that 161.8. These are your targets, but like you can't get into it now. You've missed the trade if you're not already on it. NU on the daily. So this is starting to, well, it's playing out now. We're looking for that A, B, C up in here. It has broken the ending point of this wave A here. So we are starting to get a bearish divergence there. There may be still a little bit more up to that 100 fib. That's fine. The H4, we were looking for another one up, and we got that. We were looking at these targets here, that 123.6 and the 161.8. It's not really a wave 5. Wave 4 is a lot larger than this wave 2. So, but it still gave us that up to that first target, and that second target is that 161.8. We're really just seeing how far this goes now. Again, if you're not already in it, you don't want to be buying up in here. We're already getting bearish divergence on the H4, and it's already hit the first target. If you're buying up here, you're just scalping on the lower time frames. It may give a flat in here. We do have like 3 up breaking this top, so we may get a spike down, giving us a running or expanding flat before we get another one up. If you got this one down and a buy setup, you could buy. And, even up here, if you got a sell set up, you could look for a sell for that C down. If you're lucky, it gives you a larger correction of that whole 5 up on the H4, a 50 fib retrace of that. But, yeah, I'd be just expecting a C down in here if you're looking for the sell up here. I mean, there's nothing on it yet. There's no sell setup or any setup on it at this stage. GY pretty much followed my arrow. I've had these arrows on for a long time. And I was looking for this flat in here. It's gone up, and well, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm looking for an A, B, C in here, and we got this A, B, C up, so that looks like the end. So you can start to look for sells. It's more on the H1 or maybe even the lower time frames. You have to be careful because we may get a bull hidden here. It may not be over. We do have a possible bull hidden in here. Get this pop up off. So what I'd like to see is this look corrective up in here. If that starts to look corrective, this starts to look corrective up in here, retracing, well, we can definitely look for a sell. But if this turns bullish, get an impulse up in here and a bullish setup, well, then you could buy for at least 3 up, or that bull hidden plays out and goes and breaks the top. But yeah, we've got the C up already on the H4, so I am looking for downside. But again, we have that bull hidden, so this here may not be over. That wave C on the H4 may not be over yet. UY on the daily. Well, this is pretty self-explanatory too. We've been looking for this flat here. On the lower time frames, we do have a correction. I'm looking at this. It didn't quite get to the 100 fib that I was looking at, but it doesn't have to. The thing with this is we got a bear hidden here. So between that top and this top, we've got a bear hidden here. So like I told the people in the group, we got a nice impulse down. You wait for a nice flag or a bearish setup on the lower time frames, and then you look for a sell. Down to the 100 fib, down to the end of this arrow somewhere. UCAD. So UCAD, there's not much on this now because we had this nice impulse down. Oh, I should really go to the daily and quickly go over to the daily, but nothing's changed on the daily. We got all that bearish divergence in here between the two tops. We were looking for this one up. We got a nice impulse down. We were looking for a correction. That's pretty much played out on the lower time frame. We've got 3 down now, so there's not much you can really do. So this sell in here, that's already broken the low, so you definitely should be in break even. There's a little sell set up in there to take that. It's broken the low. I thought it would have went a lot further, but it hasn't. The only way you can really just trade this now is well, on this time frame is you need a nice impulse up breaking this top, giving you a bullish setup, and then you could look for at least 3 up, and this may turn into some sort of a larger correction. Get 3 up here and here, and then more downside. But on the H1, there may be a bear hidden here. There is a bear hidden on this on the lower time frame, so definitely wouldn't be looking for a buy. We got a bear hidden here, so I'd be looking for that to go and break the low. You'd be going down onto the lower time frames, looking for a nice impulse down, little bearish setup to sell, to break that low, basically. Let that bear hidden play out, and then you'd be looking for a buy. We're sort of waiting for this wave in here to be over on the H4. How far it goes, well, is anyone's guess, but I'm expecting it to go a little bit further down. The Swissy, there's really not much on this. On the daily, you know, it's been going sideways in here for a couple of weeks now. It's bearish. It's virtually untradeable on the lower time frames. You know, when you get these ranges in here, you know, you definitely don't want to be trading in here. You're just going to get cut to pieces. So there's a couple of scenarios here. I think I went over them last week. We get 1, 2, 3 in here, and then an A, B, C as some sort of a larger flat. We got the 5 down, larger correction, then you get another 5 down. But at this stage, there is nothing. You know, there's no buy or sell on it. I would be leaving it alone. There's just nothing on it. You'll get cut to pieces in here. You got to wait. Ideally, it gives us a nice one down in here for an A, B, C, and then we can, if we get a buy set up, we could look for a buy for, you know, just an A, B, C up, trade the C up. I wouldn't be looking to trade this down because we have all this bullish divergence in here. So I wouldn't be looking to trade that down, but I suspect that what'll happen, we'll get a spike down in there and then get some sort of an expanding flat or running flat. EG, this has broken all the lows now. This was, well, if you follow me for a while, this was looking very bearish in here. We're looking for it to break the low. It's broken the low. So I'm really only looking for buys. It's even broken this low over here. H4, we're not getting bullish divergence, but we haven't got to 100 fib either. So this can go at any time. I'm only looking for buys. Any buy setup you get at these low levels, you know, you definitely can look for the buy. There's no buy setup on it. If anything, it's a sell. You know, this is quite deep in here. Like we got an impulse up in here, and this is quite deep. You know, it's back to the 90 fib here. So I'd be looking for an A, B, C, and then possibly more downside. There is a bear hidden in here. So I dare say this is just a correction. We possibly get a C up in here and then more downside. So I don't think it's the time to be buying it. You definitely can, you know, if you get a setup for this C up, you could definitely buy it. And if you're lucky, it takes off for you. But I'm not convinced that this is the low here yet. I think there'll be a correction in here because we have that bear hidden, and then, you know, then we can start to load up on the buys after we get a lower low. WTI, well, nothing's changed. I've had these arrows on here for a very long time. This down in here went a little bit further than I thought. This has been very hard to trade. And well, going back to the daily, you can see why this has been terrible to trade, because we're in a B and a B. So we get an A, B, C. This is a B wave, this B here, and then we get an A, B, C. So it's no wonder that it's so choppy on the lower time frames. It's been very hard to get in. And if you've been following me for a while, come on, internet. If you've been following me for a while, this was looking very bearish in here, and it's fallen over. Like I've been mentioning, I've been looking for a buy in here, but it's been virtually impossible because this has been so choppy. You just get taken out. And I've been mentioning this is looking very bearish. We have a bear hidden here. So we got an impulse down. If you get a bearish setup in here, you can definitely look to go and break that low, a sell to break that low. But then I'd be looking for the buy. As soon as this low here is broken, I'll be looking for a buy setup to buy. I'm not really interested in this sell. You definitely can sell it if you want to, but I'm more interested in this buy. And like I said, we have that bear hidden, so I wouldn't be surprised if that low gets broken. So, but as soon as that low is broken, I'll be looking for the buys. At this stage, you know, that's more of a sell, a scalp. Gold, well, we definitely got the fifth one up. You know, we're looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first target and second target is just blowing straight through both of the targets. At this stage, there's nothing you can do with this now. We got getting this bearish divergence here on the daily. We're just waiting for this wave to end. I thought it would have ended. Even the fifth wave played out, and it still gave us bullish setup up here. We had the 5 up in here. It's given another correction, and we got more upside. There was a little buy set up in here, but yeah, it's very risky buying at the top of the market. I'm looking for the sell. We got bearish divergence on the day on the daily, and the H1 here. I'll be looking. I mean, this is more like an A, B, C up in here, an A, B, C. So this still can go up and break the top. I'm waiting for a sell setup basically, and it's not really giving that. Even on the H1, we're getting a bull hidden in here. So that's why I'm thinking that this is just a flat, an A, B, C down, and we get more upside. We have this bull hidden in here. So I wouldn't be surprised if this top gets broken. I mean, you can scalp it. You can scalp the buys. But yeah, the higher it gets up, you don't want to be caught into a buy and it falls over on you, because it could fall over hard. But if you got a little bullish setup in here, on the lower time frames, you could look to buy just to break that top. It's just scalping. I'm more interested in a sell, but it's not giving any sell setups at this stage that I can see. Silver. So silver's gone. It's played out. We were looking for this WXY X2 and that Z up. It's broken the ending point of that wave A. It hasn't got our targets, this 123.6 and the 161.8 yet, but it's given that fifth wave up. So again, we're starting to get that bearish divergence now, and it's not the time to be buying. You pretty much have to be sitting on the sideline now waiting for a sell setup if you're not already in it. There was opportunities to get in this. Now there's really not much you can do. The H4, I'd be looking at it like a 1, 2, 3, wait for a wave 4, and you could look for a wave 5 up to that 123.6, that daily first target. You really have to wait for this X2 or wave 4, whichever way you look at it, before you can trade that wave 5 up. You have to wait now, because more than likely we'll get a bull hidden in here and then another one up. So yeah, you can try and scalp this down, but it more than likely be choppy. So you'll have to keep that in mind if you're looking for the sell. Take a look at Bitcoin. This has been very difficult. It's given us a lot larger correction. I've been saying all along, this is still very much bullish. All this, it's corrective for more upside. The problem I didn't like was on the H4. I was looking for it to go here. We had an impulse up here, and I was looking for it to take off here there. Instead, we got this like 3 up. So that sort of, and then we had an impulse down. So I was looking for a correction in here to sell for like 1, 2, 3 down. It's gone up and broken the top, so that's definitely out. This is a flat here, like I mentioned last week. This can be a flat, last couple of weeks we got an a WXY or 1, 2, 3. This is really not much you can do on this. It's been very choppy. This is quite difficult to trade. Getting all this bearish divergence on the H1. So, yeah. I mean, we're looking for buys in this, in the group, but yeah, there's nothing on it now. There's really nothing. Um, Getting all that bearish divergence. The only thing you could do is, it looks like it's giving a little sell up here on the lower time frames. It may give you a bull hidden in here on the lower time frames, and then you get a buy set up just to scalp it to break the top, basically. Other than that, if it falls over, breaks this low, and gives you a correction, I'll be looking for the sell. S&P 500, pretty much staying out of this. It's like gold. It's right up the top. We got the 5 up. We got that 1, 2, 3, 4, a very extended wave 5. Um, but we are getting all that bearish divergence up here. I think this will turn into a flat, as some sort of a 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, and then we get some sort of a larger flat in here before we get more upside. But until I get this C down in here, and a buy setup, I'm really just staying out of it. I mean, you can look for the sell into the correction, into that C down, but that's about it. Excuse me. Is starting to look, getting bearish. But yeah, we had that nice impulse up. We had a correction. We were looking for this top to be broken, and even that top. Well, it's done both, and we have that bearish divergence now. So yeah, I'm waiting for a sell setup, but it's not. It hasn't given us a sell. There's no sell. This is more bullish for upside. Even though we're getting all this bearish divergence, there's no signs that this is reversed. This is like 1, 2, get a 3 down here, and it can go up and break the top still. What I'd like to see is, if get another one up in here, and then a nice impulse down and a correction, and then I can look for the sell. Until I get this, I'm pretty much staying out of it. There's not. I'm definitely not going to be buying up the top here. I'll be very quick on these other indices. My internet's slow, so. But yeah, we've broken the top here on the AU 200. I think we had a bull hidden in here on the lower time frame to go and break the top. Yes. So we had this bull hidden in here to either break that top or give us a very deep pullback. It hasn't broken this top yet, but it's very deep. So, but either way, yeah, I'm looking for a sell. And again, like S&P 500, it's just not giving us a sell yet. The FTSE, this is still looking very much bullish. We're waiting for a larger correction here, though. You can see the arrow, the time factor. Thought it might have gone from here, broken that top. You can only buy this. I think I mentioned this last week, but we sort of got like 1, 2, 3 down. Nice impulse up. We're getting an A, you get a B, you get a C in here, and then you get the A, B, C, or this may turn motive, breaking that top. You may get 5 up in here. Again, you got to wait for this one down before you can even consider looking for the buy. You definitely don't want to be buying here. And other than that, there really isn't nothing. You could look for the sell in here, just for that C down. It's not. Oh man, sort of have 1, 2, 3 up in here. You got a nice impulse down. This is what you're selling. This is looking very corrective. So if you got a sell set up on the lower time frames, you could look for at least that like C down. Getting all these pop-ups on Trading View. But yeah, I'm looking for that A, B, C, and this is set up for that C down. So it's looking very bearish. You could definitely look for a sell set up on the lower time frames. Lastly, onto the DAX. Oh, this is taken off. It's broken the top. This is very similar. we had the 3 down, impulse up. We were looking for a correction back to the 50 fib. It only got back to that 38.2, and it's gone. So you're either in it or you're not, basically. If you're not already on it, well, you're getting all that bearish divergence. So, you know, if anything, you'd be going down to the lower time frame, waiting for this wave to be over, and then possibly giving you a ball hidden in here, you know, giving you a ball hidden in there, and you could trade a 5th wave up. But other than that, you know, and you'd be buying at the top of the market. So I hope you enjoyed the weekly outlook. If you did, please hit the like button, share and subscribe. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you out there next week.